My friends and one of my favorite guests to bring on the show, a man who definitely knows how to speak his mind, the classy, the world champion, the UFC warrior, Tyron Woodley. Tyron, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Listen, first off and foremost, congratulations on your show with TMZ on the network there. I think it's fantastic. You branched out. You're thinking beyond your guns. Kudos to you, my man, and all the success. You're working with a great team. So I'm very happy for you.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Make sure you guys check out the Hollywood Beatdown. Right now, we're on TMZ's Facebook page and also TMZ Sport, their YouTube channel. So subscribe there. It's just an opportunity for me to let the hair down a little bit and just let it hang loose and talk about some things around the sport, but also outside of the sport of mixed martial arts.
Yeah, that's great. And you know what? You put it perfect to hang your hat or let your hair down. Excuse me. I like that. I like that term. Tyron, I just got back from Brazil and basically did the show there. A lot happened there. We had a little horror story. I'll tell you a little something real quick. In the hotel, right before I had to go to the show, when it's shower time and shave time, I go in the bathroom. I turn on the faucet. No water. No, turn on the shower. No water. I had to do the classic French shower. I had to get bottles of water. I had to bathe with bottles of water. I couldn't shave. First show in 21 years, I didn't shave. Thank God I shaved the night before. Get back from the show, dying to take a shower, no water. Wake up the next morning, I have water, but it's cold water. I just got home, Tyron. Do you know what I did as soon as I got home? I took a shower.
Hot shower.
Yeah, hot shower. It was awesome. Now, with that hotel horror story, let's go into real briefly, not briefly, but let's talk about UFC Brazil. I got to ask your opinion on something. Colby Covington shined on Saturday night, and his post-fight interview, he made a term, or he referred to Brazilians, if I'm not incorrect, and TJ, tell me if it was the term, as filthy animals, went into sort of a Chael Sonnen kind of, let me be like Chael type of speech.
Sort of a Chael Sonnen. Like, I actually think he owes Chael Sonnen royalties for that promo that he tried to cut.
I think Chael Sonnen is disgusted by what he heard, because Chael Sonnen is at least a little bit more wittier when he talks about stuff. His thing sounds a little bit more calculated. The fans can get behind a little bit more. What he did sounded very amateurish, and it took away the entertainment or the WWE effect, as you say, and it just came out blatantly racist. It came out blatantly offensive, and it didn't come off as if he was, doing a character of some sort. So I feel like that's not for everyone. Chael Sonnen did it the best. Conor McGregor is doing it in a different way that's working out well for him. It's not for everybody. Everybody shouldn't just try to do, the WWE thing, because it's not going to work for everybody. And I think we saw it go horribly bad for him in Brazil.
This is an opinion that I wanted to get out of you, Tyron. I said at the top of the show, I'll say it again. You're very classy in the way you handle yourself. You handle yourself like a role model, something I preach about all the time. I was kind of taken aback when I heard it. Now, other people might think it's great, it's trash talk, it brings ratings, and to a lot of extent, maybe it will for Colby Covington. But I was taken aback a little bit when I heard it, especially when you're in a country like Brazil, which is one of the biggest fan bases for the UFC and the sport of mixed martial arts there is. I would personally want to embrace the fans of Brazil and create a whole new huge fan base for myself, is the way I would look at it. So a little off color.
Not only that, Bruce, but think about American Top Team. American Top Team was built off Brazilian fighters. You're going to walk into the gym on Monday after you made that comment and think your teammates are going to look at you crazy. I just, you know what? I don't even want to give this young man any more additional plugs. I think he's getting enough, whether it's good or bad. He's getting publicity, and he can get it through those doors. So I just don't even want to talk about him, just because, there's so many other fighters on the radar that are deserving, that are doing it the old school right way. When I say that, I mean they're winning fights. They're winning fights convincingly, and they're earning their key the way I did. They earned their way to the top off knocking off top-notch guys. And that's what I think that she should do. Yeah, he beat Damian Maia at home, but Damian Maia is not the same Damian Maia he once was. Damian Maia was on a 7-fight win streak. He's not having the world title implications on this fight. Nobody's gonna watch him fight me again anytime soon. So the motivation is different. The age is starting to escalate, and I wrote the book on how to beat him. So fighters that are able to take a page out of my book and then going to compete with that person afterwards, you're welcome.
Well said. No more talk about Colby. I'll go with you on that one. And let's talk about Demi Maia for just one more second. Did it surprise you? Did it surprise you that he wanted to stand and bang for the first round? And then, of course, his takedowns were, squatted. He couldn't get him down properly. But did it surprise you that first round, how he just wanted to throw with Colby?
No, it didn't surprise me. If I was fighting against another wrestler and he couldn't take me down, then I would stand up and bang with him. If it was a grappler that couldn't strike with me, then maybe I'll make him strike with me, or vice versa. If it's like an excellent striker, maybe I'll take him down. I think he didn't feel threatened, and that's the takeaway that I would take away from it. When you're talking about fighting a world class in a world class realm, when you're talking about taking on a world champion that is probably one of the hardest, if not the hardest punching fighter in the entire UFC pound for pound, you might want to consider that you got outstruck by a grappler, that he bloodied you up, that he didn't feel the need to have to take you down into the later rounds. That's the first thing. I think that, you can see that if Maia can't get you to the ground, it's going to be very tough to beat you. But on the same token, he didn't have to go for the takedown in the first round. His takedowns have never been some gorgeous takedown. It's just the fact that he sets it up by claustrophobically striking, multiple attempts, going to a single leg, diving in on a half guard, or getting your body locked and just finding a way to get to your back. He had a very unconventional way of getting to the takedown. And for a high-level wrestler, it makes it a little bit more, not easier because it's still not easy. It makes it just a little bit more feasible for you to stop the takedown. So, no, it did not surprise me. He stood up and banged. Obviously, it's mixed martial arts. I'm assuming that he's trying to train and practice some of these different arts.
Right. Then we get into the main event with Lyoto Machida, Derek Brunson. Let's face it, Lyoto got caught. I hated to see him go out like that, but listen, it's the fight game. It is what it is. Hopefully we'll be back for the show in February, which is going to be in Belém, Brazil, I hear. Derek Brunson, strong puncher. Any comments on that middleweight fight?
Yeah, Derek Brunson has always been known to come forward really hard. Sometimes he's been given a little crap for coming forward with his head up, and in times that he has had some difficulties. I think it's been almost too overzealous. He's trying to get in there too fast, and that's where you kind of fell down. But he's always been in the mix. He's always been right there. He's always been one fight away. He was very, very close. It was on a big win streak. Then fell short to Robert Whittaker, and who obviously ended up being an interim champ. So he's right there in the mix, and I think he's one fight away from possibly being in title contention.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think so too. Now let's go into 217. Next week is probably what many will consider to be, so far this year, the biggest show of this year, UFC 217. We've got 3 championship bouts. I want to break each one down with you if it's okay. But now the big one is Michael Bisping and GSP in the main event. One thing to segue away from the actual fight is it came out recently, just last week, Michael's being sued over an alleged gym attack. For choking a man at a 24-hour fitness gym in Anaheim back then. It's almost like the harassment things that are coming out these days. You have to be so careful. Tyron, do you ever take a picture with somebody and they say to you, hey, put me in a rear naked choke, let's take a picture? What would you say to somebody that said that?
I got something even funnier. Just as of today, I got 3 guys on my Instagram, and I usually don't do this, but it's been so funny. I've been going back and forth. Call me every explicit word you can think about. Want to fight me, want to meet up. I'm 6'4". I'm not Conor McGregor. I'll beat you up just in this and the other. And it's like, it's so funny that I went to, not to make fun of this guy, but I went to his page. I said, man, have you ever been in a fight in your life? And he was like, yeah, I've been in all bare knuckle fights where you can really feel the pain and bleed like you should. Then I seen a video of him shadowboxing. I said, man, I said, hey, brother, hey, this was fun. Hopefully you got a thrill today from me going back to the queue. But I gotta get off this messenger after that, because I don't know what the heck that was. So I get it all the time. This guy wants me to fly out to fight him, and then I'm thinking to myself, like, because I don't have anything else to do in my life.
Tyron, I'm wondering, like, is he going to pay your show money? Like, what if you're going to?
Yeah, he did. No, I read. He offered me a $500 check.
Oh, that covers it, right? That covers what you.
$500.
Yeah.
Tyron, think beyond your guns, as I know you do, because you're a very smart man. He's setting you up for a lawsuit.